All right, welcome viewers and subscribers alike. Happy New Year. This is, of course, New Year's Eve at the time of this recording, but of course, by the time you guys are watching, it's most likely going to be the new year. So, in advance, Happy New Year. Wow. Yeah, I don't really think I planned this through. I kind of just wanted to say that. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this game has been great so far this year, and despite all the hiccups in this, or major hiccups rather, in this update, I think all in all, this game's pretty good. I enjoy playing it. This Christmas event is not too bad. It gives me something to do. Santa's pest control. I just like to defeat enemies. To pass the time. So it's really not a bad thing to just do. As you can see, I'm on the final Moro quest. Man, I'm gonna be so happy when I'm done with the mining and completion of breaking crystals all the way down, especially the floating crystals. I do not enjoy mining those things. But of course, for everything else, I've already showed you guys in the last video the best method for making money. Well, no, I didn't show you guys. I told you guys about it. And I also said why the other method wasn't really so great. But you know what? Even though the other method is more suitable for, I guess, players that are coming from World 2 and are not level 200, I would utilize both. So even though I said that the mining of the ores method over in this location, so I'm just going to go there, over in this location is terrible, right? The spider cave. So even though I said it was terrible, not terrible, I was just saying it's just not the best method, and why I disagree with the timing of it, because I feel like it's going to take a long time for the forging aspect of it. It's still a good method for players that are coming from World 2, that are not level 200, that just want to, just grind for some money, and they're not strong enough to go through the peak. This is ideal, So I don't want to fully bash it in the sense that, I come off as a person that's telling you not to do this method. I think it's good for if you're coming from World 2 to World 3 Island 3 for the first time, Island 2 to Island 3, then yes, absolutely good method. Do I agree with the time? No, but I still think it's a good method. But I think for players that are 200, that have decent armor, that have a couple of players to play with, in the public servers, you just group together and you go do rounds in the peak. I feel like making rounds in the peak and doing essence farming it's pretty good. It's almost effortless. This is also one of the players I have in the private server here, which of course, if you want access to it, you could just add me at my username, and that will be down in the description. But yes, he's one of the players that are normally in this server. He's very helpful. He's helped quite a lot. And so if you're in the server and you're looking for help, whether it's, getting money or farming for ores, with him and myself being mostly in the server, we'd be glad to help. Of course, there's others, but they don't really come as often as we do. And a few others. Also, one of my subscribers as well. So, if you do see him, and you need help, feel free to ask. Now, as for what I was saying. Yeah, don't completely knock the other method. Use both methods. Use this method, use that method. Some days you may not feel like making rounds in the peak, so then doing the spider cave might actually be ideal some days. Might be a little faster, especially again if you have let me just look. I think it's, darn, where is it again? Yeah, it's here. Yeah, especially in these three. If you have these three, then yeah, that method might actually not be too bad for you to do. So I don't want to completely disregard this method and say like, oh no, nobody should do it. You of course could definitely do it. If you're 200 and even if you have good armor, you could still do this method if you just want quick money. But if you're a person, and also more so if you're a person coming from Island 2, this method is ideal. Now, for me personally, I find for me that's pretty slow most days. So I just stick with the peak method, acid farming. Pretty ideal. I get quite a few ruins. I get a lot of essences that I could just easily sell, and I don't have to worry about mining. I mean, forging for, armors and whatnot. Because, some days I don't really have the time to forge, then bring it to this guy over here to sell each item, because I don't have the gamer pass items to do that quicker. So I just stick with the peak. But even now that I have the prismatic pickaxe, as you can see, doesn't mean that I now just, essence farm despite having the prismax. I'm gonna obviously mine. So for me, mining, instead of mining in the spider's cave, I'll just be mining up there. But and of course, any R's that I don't need or I don't want, instead of just selling it to the guy, I just go and do the same thing I would have done with the spider's cave, right? So it's still a win-win. Obviously, doing the peak one is a lot slower than the spider's cave. It's a lot slower in getting orders, but I essentially would be doing the same thing at the peak, mining for ores. So that's really it. I don't really think that nothing else is, or sorry, either of the methods are terrible. I think that's what I would like to say. Now, of course, for the remainder of this video, because I'm not trying to keep you guys here long, is I'm going to show you a little bit of how to do the essence farming method. So here I'm going to first take the, you know what this is. I don't know why it's not coming to mind, but this cannon here. Of course, you would have to do his missions first. I forgot the things that you need for it, but I'm pretty sure it's not hard to get. Just gotta type in how to get the cannon working in Island 3, and that should pop up with a few videos answering that. But you use this cannon to get to the peak. Once you're at the peak, then you basically just start making your rounds. But of course, like I said in the last video, you want to make sure that you have people with you, because if you do not have people with you, this method is probably the worst, given the fact that you need really strong armor, a really strong weapon, and even at this point, I don't even have that. Of course, the subscriber that is with me right here does have, wait, what the, oh, there he is. Okay, so yeah, the subscriber that is, of course, with me here does indeed have a pretty solid weapon. So, in that case, I'm going to tag along with him and we're going to do quite a few rounds. See how far we get, right? So first, let me just let him know that I'm ready to do the rounds. Okay, so I guess he's ready. Yes, okay, so we got confirmation. So yeah, let's go and start, right? So here's how we move through the, this essence farming method. We're basically just going to make the rounds and just start defeating the enemies. Now what I have is the vampire race, so the vampire race allows me to heal a lot quicker. I don't have to necessarily worry unless I get jumped by a whole bunch of enemies, which is not very likely when you're doing it with a whole bunch of people. Notice if you watch the money growing in the bottom left corner, you're going to see that it grows upon every kill that is made. So you just go and hack and slash away. And you just keep doing these rounds. Of course, not really much of anything. As you can see, because of his weapon, we are able to just go through this like butter and not have to worry about anybody dying. Sometimes we make a round past here or back here just to and then you complete the cycle again, and notice how I literally went up just $2,000 just doing one round, right? And we're not selling the essences yet. Okay, we're just gonna wait here a little bit. Okay, so alright, so he agreed to just one more. So I mean, again, the more people you have for this, the more effective and the more quicker it becomes. But you can clearly see that how quickly this can go when you do it. And as you can see, relatively quick. Okay, so because the enemies are tough, it can definitely get a little difficult. I'll just kind of wait here. But yeah, you can clearly see that it can go a lot quicker and you can make a lot more money really fast if you have more players, which is why I recommend just going on any public server and just asking to do that. Just go off your rounds. Also, with the vampire class, this becomes, if you have like, I'd say 2 angel, 2 demon, or 2 archangel, and 2 vampire classes, this becomes really quick. You don't even have to worry about death at all with that many people and with those classes. Okay, so I mean, if we're going, let me see, I think it was at 348. Yeah, so I mean, for the length of this video, I think that will be all. So you guys get, oh wait, damn it. I think, yeah, for the point of this video, it was just to showcase the effectiveness of the method, but you can clearly see, without even selling the essence, I mean, you can make close to 10K. And that was within the span of, I don't know, I'd say like, I mean, I'm not really sure. I guess I'll put it in the comments because I'm not really sure when I started to tell you how many minutes. I wasn't really timing it, but I'll probably drop it in the comments. But it probably wasn't that long. I doubt it was 20 minutes because that's about the length of this video, so it wasn't even that. And you can clearly see that I moved up quite a few thousand and we didn't sell any essence yet. Now if we go down to the guy now to sell the essence, right, you know what I didn't do? I probably didn't sell the essence that I had prior to this video, so it actually might be more. Let me see. Yeah, that's actually a lot more than I had made in this video. So I probably made like about half of that. So even if we were just to do like, let me see. Let's just say on average, I probably did. Hold on. Let's make it 25, okay? We're going on the low end. Do apologize because I usually would have these sold, but I think I was doing a few rounds, but yeah, for whatever reason I forgot to sell it. But it's just for the sake of this video, I'm just showing you like on the low end. Like let's just say, okay, you made about 10,000, and then you decided to sell, let's just make that like, I don't know, 75. So I'm not sure if I made that much. Yeah, sorry for the lengthy video. I did say I was going to make it a little quick. Still just waiting for it to come down to at least, let's say 78, give or take. And then the greater essence, I think we get even less than that because we don't really fight a lot of orcs. So we could say, we'll say about 40, right? And we'll take out the frost fossil. We'll take out this. All right, so we have that plus that, and again, this is after 2 rounds, mind you. Typically, you would want to do at least like a half an hour worth of rounds, which would be a lot of rounds if you have more players within the span of half an hour to 45 minutes. And then you say accept. That's just 2 rounds we're talking, right? I mean, 20,000 or about that. That's not really bad, you know. And then, of course, if you do more rounds, we're talking like, 20 to 25 rounds in the span of half an hour to 45 minutes. I think you would do more, especially if you have more people. But if you do just that much, you can literally come in every hour with around, let's say, 40 to, and that's on the low end. 40 is on the very low end. We could talk anywhere from, 40 at the minimum to 80 to even 100K if you have more people and you could do it fast enough. You're making straight bread. And all of that is from essence farming. So I think essence farming is like absolutely crucial, right? Especially if you're leveled up to the max, you're at 200, you're mid game to end game gear and armor. This is like one of the best methods. If you're just starting out, I would say use the spider cave. But if you're mid game to end game, I think essence farming would do you really well. And especially if you have stronger armor, stronger gear, or you're with somebody that has stronger armor and stronger gear, that method would do you beautiful. It would make you a lot of money. I'd say, it would do you really well, right? And then on top of that, if you want to then spend some time after that, you can then mine. If you have like, pickaxe like the prism or prismatic pickaxe, then you can go in the back and just mine a few ores, and then the ores or the common ores that you would get in that area, you can do the same thing that you would do in the spider's cave, or with the ores that you get from the spider's cave, and you would get more value by default, right? Because it's now in the peak, and the peak has greater ores than what you would find in the spider's cave. So, I mean, all in all, like the peak for essence farming and for mining, as a added bonus, is always a plus. You're making money on money. And that's why I think that would ideally be better, but it's not like, it's an absolute, I don't think the other method is bad. I just think that, if you're just starting out, perfect. That's a very good method. That's what I agree with that, right? If you're just starting out, that's a very good method. Spider's Cave is dynamite, especially if you're not at 200. Spider's Cave is absolutely the best place to go and farm and make money, right? You don't have to worry about super strong enemies. You don't have to worry about, getting stronger gear to, fight in that cave and survive. You can go in the back if you don't want too many enemies just popping up out of nowhere, and mine a whole bunch of ores for money. Perfect. You can make millions, like the YouTubers claim. You can definitely make millions. I don't think in like 10 minutes and then you're making 300K in an hour. I don't think that, but I do think you definitely could make a lot of money, millions, in the Spider's Cave. You can also do it in the Peak as well, and you can make it, I feel, in an even shorter time than in the Spider's Cave because of the essence farming. All you need, however, most of all, is a lot of people. So public server or private server with a lot of people willing to do the essence farming and make the rounds. And as you can see with my subscriber, with his strong weapon, we were going through that relatively easy. Now imagine if there was 4 of us and we all had strong armor, strong gear. We would be able to survive and go through the rounds of the Peak essence farming very quickly, right? Going through those enemies like they were butter, right? But of course, I think that's enough talk for me in regards to this method. So if you guys find this video helpful, do let me know what you guys think. But until the next video, you know, Happy New Year, welcome 2026, and yeah, that's it. I think I'll just see you guys in the next video. Do like and subscribe. I would appreciate it, just so that my follower count could, my sub account could grow, and we could build a bigger community around this game and a few others. But that's pretty much it. So till next time, peace. Okay, so I definitely forgot to drop the codes, so I'm definitely not leaving this video just yet. I do got to give you guys a few codes. Okay, so there's been quite a few codes as far as this update. Let me just, okay, let me see. Okay. There's been quite a few codes dropped for this update. So I think the first one is XMAS exclamation. Then the other one is sorry for delay. The other one is sorry for bugs. And then the last one should be Forge 2M, right? So, that should be all the codes. So again, I'll just repeat: XMAS exclamation, sorry for delay, all capital letters, sorry for bugs, and the last one, or the latest one, being Forge 2M. If you put in all those codes, you should get quite a few rerolls. Not really sure how much, because kind of did them as they came out. But those are all of the known codes for this update. If there are any more, I will definitely drop them in future videos. But until then, Happy New Year, and see you in the next vid. Alright.